Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our bizarre and unusual world. Today I'm going to be talking about the Black Monk of Pontefract, also known as the Black Monk of 30 East Drive or the Poltergeist of 30 East Drive. So let's start with the where of this topic. The house is located west of Yorkshire in the UK. Obviously, because of the name, this all happens at 30 East Drive. So when did the occurrences that would make this location so famous start happening? These events really started to take shape in 1966 when the Pritchard family moved into the home. And these events would continue through the 70s and even to modern day. So what are some of the things that happened at 30 East Drive? So in 1966, the Pritchard family moved in. The family consisted of Jean and Joe and their two children, Philip and Diane. Now, it wasn't long after they moved into the house that weird stuff started happening. Right after they moved, the parents decided to take a little vacation, if you will, and the children stayed at the house with their grandmother. And almost immediately they started having weird occurrences within the home. One of the most bizarre was odd water puddles forming within the kitchen that had basically no explanation. Also, everyone within the home started to feel very uneasy and just uncomfortable within the surroundings. They had plumbers come out to the house and no one could figure out why exactly there was puddles forming in the kitchen like that. As time went on, more weird things started happening that were very consistent with a haunting of some kind. Lights would turn off and on, things would fly across the room, there were plants that would be like broken out of their pots, weird smells within the house, the sound of knocking coming from the walls, the cupboards would rattle and shake, and even some like heavy breathing noises. There are even some reports of like some green foam substance that was like coming out of the piping in like the bathroom and the kitchen, which is like really weird and it was never explained. Overall, there wasn't really anything that was violent happening within the home. So Jean, the mother, like refused to move. She didn't want to be pushed out of her home and nothing like violent was happening to the family. And there are some reports that say some of these supernatural occurrences actually calmed down for a bit, but unfortunately they picked back up. Sadly, some of the occurrences did turn violent. There's a report of like a big grandfather clock being flung at a neighbor at one point, as well as their daughter was a target. She was like thrown up the stairs and dragged to her room. She had marks on her neck. It was very terrifying. So after the kids were being threatened, they really wanted to fix the house basically. The family called in various priests to try and perform some sort of exorcism, but it didn't seem to work. It almost kind of made the spirit and or the poltergeist mock them, if you will. And it wasn't long before people were reporting that this was the most dangerous poltergeist in the entire world. A lot of people said that the occurrences and like the bad feelings happened along the stairway. People didn't feel good there. A lot of the supernatural stuff was happening along the staircase, so I would stay clear of that area if I was them. At one point, a black cloaked figure appeared at the bedside of Jean and Joe was pretty much done at that point and found someplace else to live. I believe that the home stayed empty for quite some time before recently the son Philip sold it to someone within the film industry. There are a few other occurrences that suggest witnesses seeing some sort of cloaked figure along the house or the grounds, and there are even some reports that police have been witness to these cloaked figures as well. So who exactly is this cloaked figure? Well, the Pritchard family started to refer to him as Fred, which is random. When reaching out to the press, they actually named him Mr. Nobody, which is such a creepy name, like, ew. But after seeing the cloaked figure, the family and speculators started to believe that the being was actually a cloaked monk. Lots of ghost hunters and experts tried to look into this case because it was gaining such popularity. It was paranormal investigator Tom Cuniff that spent many years looking into the area and the monk. And he discovered some really interesting things. He discovered that there was a 16th century black monk who was actually hung across the street from this home for the murder and rape of a young girl. So he and a lot of people believed that, of course, this is why this monk was haunting the area, because he had been executed right across the street. And a lot of people relate that to the why of this case and why he haunts this location, why this monk turned into a poltergeist. Well, probably because of all the bad vibes and bad juju with the surrounding area, his execution, his actions within when he was alive. All those bad vibes relating to the potential crime, and the fact that the home was allegedly built next to the site of like twin gallows. Was the monk falsely accused? Is that why he's such an angry poltergeist? Is he mad that he got caught for his crime? And why exactly did he show so much interest in the daughter Diane? Kind of ties in with the potential murder story of the young girl from the 16th century. So how is this home seen today? It is actually a paranormal hotspot. There are so many different investigations of this home. You can look it up online or on YouTube. There are various vlogs, blog posts, documents, documentaries about going to this home for a paranormal investigation. There are also a lot of different books about the haunting and the potential backstory of the location. Many people say that the spike in the curiosity of this case and the location came when a movie was made about it in 2012. It was called When the Lights Went Out. Locals even say the supernatural occurrences have started up again because the public's interest in the house and the monk himself. And some people report they even see a child spirit at the home now as well. And other people think that it's all BS, it's just a fake ghost story, and that they wish that tourists would stop coming into that area. As I said, you can go visit the home, you can even stay at the home, but you are not allowed to bring a Ouija board, and no exorcisms are allowed within the home. That's like a very interesting, like, B&B guidelines. No Ouija boards, no exorcisms, have a great stay with us. So what do you guys think of this black monk? Have you heard of this case? Do you believe that this is haunted by a black monk that was executed? Do you think it's some other spirit or poltergeist? Do you guys think it's all a hoax? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching this series, and I will see you guys in the next episode.